Hello, everybody. This is Mark. Pretty much giving you guys a filler trio of videos, or more than a trio. It's going to be actually 6 videos independently going on each of these characters. Now you're probably wondering, why, Mark? Why are you going through these characters one more time? We are sick of you always talking about these characters in high esteem. They are not that good. Calm down. And that, yes, I agree with you. You guys watch my videos for this channel. You guys already know I love this team so much, and it's been pretty much carrying me pretty hard on PvP. So I didn't really have enough time to actually get a video out, like a exact PvP video, because my headphones, or rather earphones, they've been missing for a little bit, and I have a feeling I know where they are, and they're not they're not anywhere near where I'm at. So I'm gonna have to do this, because if you guys remember, back then I used to record without my headphones, and the audio was so loud it overtook my voice, and it just defeated the whole entire point of the commentary I was going with. So first of all, consider these videos as sort of like a update slash analysis video. I know way back when I did an analysis of all the hero units, and that was a mistake. I will say that much right now. The time of this recording, I'm this is the last day for the Golden Showdown number 3. I've been using this team almost exclusively for the majority of all battles I've been playing in. I did have my fun with the female warriors plus Goku UI. That was funny. But all good things must come to an end, and as the competition got a little bit more fiercer, I had to take things a little bit more seriously, and I ended up using this team as you see here. So yeah, that's kind of my update as well. As far as the guild is concerned, the guild is still doing pretty darn good. We are close to getting about 30 members back. We're losing right now at this time, but it's not too bad. I've seen us be down worse, so this score can definitely change in a heartbeat. We're still trying to get this to silver. We're like every single time we get close to silver, it's like it ends up being snatched away from us just based on either the opponents, the climate of the game, yada yada yada. So with that being said, these next series of videos are just gonna be me breaking down each character and just to talk, pretty much uh, talking in a very good light, as well as the negative things that each character brings. So for starters here, we're gonna go from right to left, from the bottom right to the top left. I'll leave EX Videl for the last, and it's only going to be for these characters specifically. I know there's way more female warrior characters that you probably would say would be more effective, would be way more optimal. This is just how I've been playing, because I like these characters. These are possibly my favorite of the bunch. Well, more specifically Videl, just based on my history with her and the channel. But if you guys have your own and you guys want to say anything about it, feel free. Everybody has their own preference, and this preference not only has been helping me, get these PvP session wins, but has been carrying me through a lot of the PvE type missions with some relative ease. Of course, boost characters just destroy all challenge, as with most gacha games that want you to play with one character that's hard to pick up. So with all that, let's see, how much time did I just waste? All that 4 minutes out of the way. If you haven't clicked off already, we're going to go for the first unit here, which is Great Sayiaman 2. Now, originally this was one of the harder ones for me to pull all the way to Red 7. Just based on the fact that, well, this character doesn't really float on a lot of banners, or at least for the while after she was released, did not come on a lot of banners. At the time, they wanted to really rub in the fact that, okay, well, yeah, she is the antithesis to the counter force to Legion of Evil, which at the time of this recording, as I'm stating this, Legion of Evil Lineage of Evil has not been really relevant for a very, very long time. They kind of stopped producing a lot of the Frieza, the coolers, the meta coolers, the golden Friezas. They really haven't been putting that many of the new cards there. They've been focusing a lot of the standard Gokus, the Vegetas, the Tournament of Power stuff as it is right now. So a lot of this kit was really made to be that counter for, at the time, Lineage of Evil, which Frieza, Golden Frieza, and Cooler to later on when he became Zenkai 7 Blue Cooler, they were pretty much just running the PvP rampant for that short amount of time. So to get back on the Great Sayiaman 2 here, These are her stats. These are not me checking the limit status. This is actually me with the red star count naturally. A lot of this was very hard to get over time with Z power. I'm not the type of individual that red stars characters on summons. I normally try to at least reach 6 or 7 through summons and then stop and then just get the Z power naturally through the game, and it's just kind of how they are. My experience playing with this character here, aside from it for her having 2 strike cards, we'll go through each one individually. I'll try to be a little bit more smooth in transitions, by the way. So strikes are normal, blasts are normal. Now, Justice Strike here deals major impact damage, inflicts enemy with attribute downgrades, -1 arts card draw speed for 20 timer counts. Now, looking at this here, instead of just reading mindlessly, um, this really has no like actual lingering effect. A lot of the times when you have a character that lands a physical ultimate and it puts this type of a condition on them, it's sometimes really hard to notice the difference with the arts -1 arts draw speed, especially when they swap out. Um, this does a good amount of damage. Like the final kick in the animation does like the most amount of damage. However, due to the stats and how she's getting buffs and all that, it is possibly one of the weaker super attacks that the game that the team has. So Justice Strike, it's not really that great, and you'll understand why I'm about to say that she's primarily the bench for this team. Then we got Justice Pose here, plus 15% to strike damage inflicted for 15 timer counts, increases card art's draw speed by 1 level for 10 timer counts. Now, on paper, this sounds really good, but in practice, a lot of time you're using one slot to raise your card draw speed so you can keep things going. However, you're pretty much using 19 cost, which you're not getting that cost back. So by the time you already ramp up to maybe what, if you're with 18 and you get 2 greens in a row, you're not really going to get the most out of your buck when it comes to completing that combo or extending it, just on the fact that you're already using so much key that it already comes out of the mood. And then you also got to factor in the special cover change people. At that point, you're setting up for just really nothing, no real payoff. And then we got the main ability here, which is draws a special arts card next, plus 15% damage, inflicted for 20 timer counts, -10 to own strike arts cost for 20, -10 to blast arts cost. Now, when they did this here, and again, this is for 20, was it? Yeah, for 20 timer counts for everything. And they really tried to alleviate the problem I just said right here, which was this Justice Pose is not really doing much for the longevity of the combo. With here, they're trying to say, okay, lower the amount of cost that the blast and strikes have, but this is like a one and done situation in the battle. You fail this, or someone counters you, they eat up all of your 20 seconds, or you have to swap out. That's it. You pretty much just lost your chance for making this the most effective, and you're really only getting one time per battle to really take advantage of this. To where someone could just easily cover in, cover cut, and just negate your entire long combo that you were given in that one matchup. This main ability, possibly if I was running Sayiaman 2 alongside another character like 18, I would just pretty much pop this in for an additional green card because her green use is way more efficient and way more OP than this one right here. So this is pretty much on the low end scale for the team. I'll get to the Z ability last, which is probably, you guys probably guessed one of the reasons why she's still on the team here. So we got Hammer of Justice here, plus 40% damage, or strike damage inflicted against Lineage of Evil. This is kind of a good and bad thing as well. The bad thing here is strike damage, but also the good thing is it's strike damage, which this team is pretty much built for. Lineage of Evil hasn't really been relevant for quite some time at the time of this recording, so it stands to reason that you're not really going to be getting a lot of matchups against that. So you're not getting that 40% extra damage buff to a Frieza or Cooler. And then we got plus 10% to damage inflicted per battle members when this character enters battle. So you're getting additional 20% when the entire team is alive. And then plus 15% damage inflicted per element purple battle member when this character enters the battle. So a lot of times if you want to make use of that plus 15% and plus the 20%, you're going to really want to run her alongside 21, purple Chi-Chi, or purple Videl, which I guess for me, the most optimal way would just have 21 be your best friend for that one. And then you got Transformation Suit, applies buff, nullify attribute downgrades up to 3 times to self when battle begins. Plus 30% to own key recovery. The key recovery is not that noticeable, at least in my opinion. And the nullify attribute downgrade, as cool as that does sound, we got lots of characters that are pretty much constantly throwing attribute downgrades at you in a combo, so you're pretty much just lost that entire defense once you get comboed yourself, or just get inflicted with it when they do some type of funky quirk green card or something like that. So this the nullifying up to 3 times was good at the time when we didn't have that many type of characters that were doing that much stuff to you, and it gave her like a benefit of protection. But unfortunately, it's kind of it shows its age right here a lot. And our last one here is the Z ability for red 7. It's 32% to purple and girls base strike attack during the battle. I'm really love strike attack. Especially when you got an entire team oriented over strike, you can see the damage built up when you have plus 32% given to everybody on the team. So, and the cool thing is, you got additional with purple. So let's say you maybe have, I don't know, what's a good hybrid girls character that doesn't really have one. Maybe like the future 18. I'm not sure I think she only supports androids. And you have this here, she's still getting the buff. So, there's that. I guess bad example because she is a girl as well. She's not supporting the team. Bad example. But the point is, at least you're able to get purple in there as well for the buff. So if you want to run possibly like a mono purple team, I don't know why. Maybe you want to support UI Goku, and this is like your biggest 32% buff for you could possibly give him. She's also very good for that. And in fact, I rarely bring out Great Sayiaman 2 into the battlefield for high level competitive play just because of how fragile she is. Like, she is decent at strike damage and really bad with blast, which is a common theme with a lot of Videl characters here. But the strike defense and blast defense, regardless of what the numbers show you, she can pretty much just get shredded with a lot of the better characters out there now. And her criticals don't really show that much, and a lot of her kit has really aged so bad that it's almost hard to really play with her seriously as opposed to the other characters on the team. So I primarily have her here as the bench unit, which 32% at this moment in time is a really good buff for females in terms of a strike damage. I know there is Zangia, which is blue, but I'm not really a big fan of Zangia, and having to trek all the way from the early red stars all the way to the final red 7 is too much of a chore for me to really just justify. Okay, well, Zanya is there, but she doesn't really have the sparking stats, sort of say, of being on the team. So there's that. Okay, well, thank you guys for so much for watching this one. I'm going to be hopping on to the next character, and hopefully if you guys are interested in this, I'm pretty much going to just do this one time out of the year, because how quickly the meta changes and units coming in, coming out, it drastically changes how you view the unit and how good they are in the PvP landscape. So without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.